Hey, what's up guys? Scythe here. With some more Guild Wars 2 PvP. Been playing my Guardian a lot. I think I'm now like level 35, 36. But I'm really enjoying this class and I'm really enjoying the world PvP in this game. Um, Basically, it's everything I've been looking for as far as a PvP game goes. Fast-paced action, world PvP, minimal lag in the world PvP. Has some kind of objective base. You can upgrade the keeps, siege weapons. So it's everything I've really been looking for in a world PvP game. And I've really been like looking for flaws in this game and really haven't found anything major or game breaking. And I think I'm going to be playing it for a long time. Uh, Also, this Guardian class is a really great world PvP class. I really haven't done a lot of instance PvP, so I'm really not sure. This is some footage of just me playing solo, um, but basically, it's a really good world PvP class. I've really found out that I really like the shield one-hander sword and then the two-handed great sword a lot, because basically you have the AoE, some nice AoE from the great sword. You have a leap. You have basically a pull the target to you. You cast it on them, then cast it back to come back to you. Uh, and of course you have your utility about the Guardian that I like a lot. You have the wall of reflection. Basically, it puts down a giant shield. I think I do it here in just a few seconds. Um, but it puts down this giant shield and basically reflects all the damage back to the caster, which is really nice, and it helps pushes in world PvP. Like if we're at a stalemate and I need to charge in, throw down the reflect shield, gives all our guys protection. They can scoot up and keep firing, keep putting damage on them. They're also taking back damage, so that's really awesome. So I have that ability that is really group oriented for, changing basically the outcome of the battle depending on if I use that defensive or offensive on a push. Why I've been using the one-hander and shield a lot is just because the knockback of basically the shield absorption. It should basically just you go up and you basically go down into a defensive stance and it blows anybody standing in a certain radius out of your shield. Um, so I'm finding this really good to run into packs of people, throwing, having one-handed shield, throwing that shield down, knocking everybody back out of the shield, and then throwing a wall of reflection down. And it'll really, you'll notice that your team will be able to push forward so much better because they'll have a push back and then a shield so they can advance. And I think that's really all the Guardian is really about in World PvP. It's definitely group oriented. But they also have some nice damage when you need it. It's not as good as a warrior, I would say, as far as like one-on-one damage. There's that shield right there. It's kind of a terrible use of it. But they do have some good single target damage. But it's more or less, I would say, AoE damage. It's not the worst single target in the game, but it's not as good as a warrior's. And there you see that AoE attack. It still does pretty good damage to him. You can still kill people. So they're fairly rounded class. You have decent, single target. You have pretty good AoE because you can use the great sword. You can basically corrupt the ground around you. You can also consecrate it if you decide to run that utility where it catches everybody on fire when they're around a certain area. You have that basically sword, spin around move, whirlwind effect that does really good AoE. Sorry I don't know the names better. I'm just brand new to the game and just now learning out some of these little tricks and how I should set up my character or how I want to set it up for how I play. And a lot of people may not want to use sword, shield, or even the two-hander, but that's just kind of my style. I have it set up to where I have a lot of utility, a lot of like helping the line move forward, but I also have some good AoE damage with the great sword. I also run basically the judge fire ability where you basically teleport to a target, setting him on fire, and up to I believe 3 targets or something like that, or neighborly foes. I'm not really sure of the wording. But that's also a really good, nice dot damage. So you can basically teleport in, throw down a AoE dot, use Basically, another ability that puts a single target dot on, plus a passive dot that you have all the time of melee. And you can get some real, a stack of 3 different stacks of dots on your target. It does some pretty good damage, plus that AoE, plus your whirlwind effect. Yeah, it's definitely, decent damage, so you have all that utility. The one thing that I don't really like about Guardian, you have speed buffs, shields, reflects, stuff that, really changes the outcome of battles. You have okay damage, decent AoE. The one thing they're really lacking on is basically ranged attacks. You have basically the wand, or specter, I think they call it, and it has one like AoE spread dot or damage attack. Then it has like a wand effect you can do to people, which is really, really light damage. It's not like something you're going to be able to out DPS something. It's like something, in other games that you would stop people from capping a node or something. It'd be along those lines. It's not. It's more like interrupt damage, not really heavy damage. I mean, you may be able to, set up your traits, or set up things a little bit different to get that damage out of those abilities. I'm not saying it's impossible, but from what I can tell, that's what the class is really basically slacking on. But the shields and everything like that, I think, really makes up for that lack of range DPS. And there's other classes that are designed to be that main source of range DPS, and you're basically the utility and the damage dealer. So you just kind of got to accept your role. But the wall of reflection, like, I hope that stays as powerful as it is. I mean, you can just move back armies with that thing. It's amazing. I've had in some of the tunnel warfare, like the caves and stuff, I've set that thing down and taken out like 3 or 4 people. Just stopped the entire team in their tracks and just downed them, which was awesome. I guess they were getting off heavy crits and were already low on health, and it just took them all down. It was sick. So I'm really enjoying some of those features of the utility of this class. I definitely suggest trying out a Guardian. It's definitely not for everybody, just because it's not just a raw damage dealer. It has damage. It kind of reminds me of, Paladin damage back in the day in WoW, but it definitely makes up for it. And if you set up like this with a great sword and the one-hander and shield, you basically have a teleport because of your utility. You have a leap from your great sword, and you have another teleport from your one-hander. So basically, you can use 3, leaps, or trying to get away from people. Another really cool trick I like to do is, like, when I'm getting chased down like that, I'll switch to my two-hander. A lot of people would think I'd be crazy, going from defense to offense when I'm trying to escape. But if you de-target and you use your leap, you'll just leap away from everybody and get some space on you, go into a couple rolls, and you're away from a huge army. You just got to make sure you de-target, because I've had that happen a lot of times where I forgot to de-target when I was going to basically charge, and I charged back into them. The same thing with the teleport utility ability that spreads the AoE dot. You can't really use that because you're not targeting anybody. You stay still. With the one-hander sword, you also stay still if you don't have anybody targeting, but the other charge does. Those reflect shields, I just can't get over how cool they are and how awesome, just absorbing that damage and sending it back. That was a really good idea on their part to make a class like this that could change the outcome of, battles. And I mean, there's a lot of classes in this game that have heavy utility like that and stuff, but the Guardian just seems right up my alley with the defense and the offense. And I mean, you do a lot of sword weapon swapping between one-hander, shield, and two-hander, just because you have the blowback. But yeah, so far, if you guys have any suggestions about this class, or any builds you want me to try out or test out, I'm all ears. I know the game is brand new, so anything you find out that is really cool about the Guardian, it's probably going to be my main class. So once I figure out like a solid spec and I'm really get it dialed in, I'll do some kind of like guide video showing, you know, exactly my setup. But for now, I'm just, you know, going over the basic, you know, knowledge I have about the class and what I prefer at the moment, which is that one-hander, basically shield, and two-hander great. As you can see, a couple of my utilities there. Basically, my utilities do change up a little bit depending on if I'm running with a group or running solo. I like Save Yourself, which basically gives you 20% crit chance, 100% endurance regeneration, 17 power, 17 con damage, negative 33% incoming damage, gives you a small regen heal, and gives you 33% movement speed. And it reflects incoming damage back to its source. So basically, that is amazing when you're by yourself or even in some group situations. I also like to have that healing shelter sometimes when I'm running with a group, just to have that little nice protection. But Save Yourself is definitely awesome for single player and different situations. It also breaks stuns too, which is amazing. A lot of abilities break stuns, which I've never been a fan of CC. So definitely having a lot of abilities in the game that break stuns is definitely a plus for me. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this gameplay. I know it's kind of a long video. Still got a few more minutes left of this keep battle. But I'll have more gameplay out coming soon. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see me play some like instance PvP, more world PvP? Just let me know about Guild Wars, what you want to see. You'll probably be seeing a lot of it. You know, there is other games out there that I play, but right now this is the best PvP I've played in a while, so I'm definitely enjoying it. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment. If you like the video, you know, be sure to leave a like or a favorite. And just let me know in general what you think and about the game. You know, any tips or, you know, anything you know about Guardian, that, you know, just let me know. And I will talk to you guys later.
Not enough energy.